Today on FishLocked, we head into the worst expansion in World of Warcraft's history. Well, I guess there was actually a worse one, but at the time, the worst expansion, Warlords of Draenor. This expansion usually comes with tons of negative thoughts and memories, but today, we're just going to be exploring the fishing side of things. Because usually when people talk bad about Warlords of Draenor, they aren't talking about the fishing, they're talking about pretty much everything else. So we're gonna see what WoD fishing has to offer. Now, before we get started, make sure if you haven't, you go watch the previous episodes so you fully know how we're playing and where we're at and all the rules of the FishLocked challenge. I did film a lot of this episode live on my Twitch stream as well, so go follow me there if you want to see FishLocked live a few times a week. We usually do the Stranglethorn Fishing Derby and some other cool stuff. But in the last episode, we pretty much did everything to do in fishing in Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria. There is a couple pets in Mists of Pandaria I do gotta go back for at some point, but we'll save that for later. But in Pandaria, we are leaving with many rewards already. We ended up getting exalted with the anglers and best friends with Nat Pagle, and the rewards included stuff like the Azure Water Spider mount, which used to be a water walking mount by default, but now there's like this mount equipment that makes it so you can walk on water and you can put it on any mount. And we also got the Angler's Fishing Raft, which is another thing to walk on water with, but this one you can fish while you're on it since you can't fish while you're on mounts. There's also this dragon fishing rod, which was pretty swagged out, another rod for the collection. And we got Nat Pagle's hat, which has a use effect for fishing bait, and it's better than any of the other fishing baits that we've gotten so far, so we don't need to carry them around anymore because we got it on the hat. Before I did head into Draenor though, there was a couple things I wanted to get going here on Azeroth. This episode actually starts a couple weeks ago, and we're checking back up with Old Man Barlow. He finally, once again, had the Crocolisks in the City quest. He almost never has this thing. It has to be the rarest quest for him. We got it, we did it, and we turned it in once more, hoping for another crocodile pet. All right, Old Man Barlow.
What can I do?
I want my crocodile pet today. Come on, baby. I want Chuck, but I'll take any of them. Please, second time's the charm. Oh, we got one! Muck Breath! Let's go, baby. That's... how many pets is that now? That's quite a few pets we got going now, but Muck Breath is our new boy, man. These little crocodiles were my favorite. This is something I would try out every day as a kid, was to get one of these. We got the crocodile pet, and the next thing that I needed to head out to do was the Stranglethorn Vale Fishing Derby. Because, as you know, there's more rewards we need. But I kept noticing as I was fishing that I wasn't seeing anything in the chat about somebody getting first place yet. Dude, I'm not even halfway done yet. Okay, but nobody's finished yet. They would say it in the chat if somebody finished. 27 fish. Nobody's turned in still yet. I don't think we're going to win still, because somebody's probably going to turn in any second now. Yo, 6 more. We could be the first to turn in? What? There's no way, right? Yo, if I get first place, that's crazy. Yo, drop the last fish. All right, now we teleport. Do we just win now? Am I really going to win? Wait, which one do I get? I'm going to get this. I won! I got first! I got first! Yeah, I'm kind of an idiot. Even in that moment, I thought that I won. Even until about 5 minutes ago, I thought that I won. But looking back at the footage now, no, I got 25th place. So, it still might be a long time before I win the fishing derby. The reward that I picked, though, this week was actually pretty cool. Probably the most cool one. Wait, so with this thing, I can turn into a fish now? Let me see this. What the fuck? I'm a piranha. Yo, don't mess with me. Now, the only other thing I really started doing this week was the daily quests in Thunderbluff to build up to that achievement. And during those days, I would kind of just do the dailies while I was editing the other episodes. So it didn't take long, and I got the achievement because there wasn't very many repeats. Still being in Thunderbluff, though, I did want to start leveling up my cooking. And I learned this trick back in Classic, where in Thunderbluff, there's a cooking recipe for fish that you can fish up right there in Thunderbluff. So I start fishing in Thunderbluff for these brilliant smart fish, and a crazy drop happens out of nowhere.
I want to be good at stuff. Listen, can I just be...
Whoa. What the hell? We got the one ring again?
I got this back in my Lord of the Rings challenge on hardcore like 2 years ago. Oh my gosh. I got the one ring before I got fucking 50 fish. Are we serious? That's my luck shot right there. Do I go to Blackrock Mountain and destroy this?
This is actually the second time I've gotten this ring before. I did a Lord of the Rings themed challenge in hardcore, and I farmed for it days on end back then, and this time, well, I just kind of got it on a whim. And I'm not sure what to do with it this time around. Do I destroy it, equip it, maybe sell it on the auction house so we can get some more gold? Maybe let me know down in the comments. But the next Sunday after this, I went live on my stream, and we were going to head into Warlords of Draenor. But first, we wanted to start hitting the Undercity fishing dailies because I was finally allowed into Undercity. Apparently, at level 50, you can talk to the NPC, and they'll take you back to the past.
Is there something special I gotta do here? Oh, I gotta get a worm from... Okay. I didn't read it properly, bro. I gotta get a worm to use as bait. Okay, dig up a corpse worm in the ruins. How the hell do I dig up a... Oh, they're kinda? Alright, boom. First try, first one. How many days is it gonna take us to get the achievement too? Well, it's RNG, so it doesn't even matter. It could take many days. So we got like pike, so there's 3 more. So potentially in 3 days, we get this one done, and then we get this one done, we have Gone Fishing complete. Now that I was ready for Warlords of Draenor, I headed over to the Blasted Lands, and I was ready to cross the Dark Portal. And this one, well, it actually works. I was also reminded through all of this, though, how much I dislike Thrall. I don't know what it is exactly. I just don't like this bald pickle. Oh, no, here's Thrall. Yo, I hate you, by the way. You suck. You suck. You cheated. You killed my favorite character. You guys all got replaced pretty much. Except for you. You should have been replaced. Is the portal actually going to work this time? Because last time we tried to take the dark portal, it didn't really work. Hey, guys, can you stop hitting me? Don't make me call my spiders out on you guys. I'm going through, okay? Ow. There we go. Eat Duratan. Isn't that your dad, Thrall? Your dad's a lot cooler than you. Your dad Garad Gul'dan. What did you do to Gul'dan? See, guys, Thrall's dad, way cooler than him. Look at this. Dork, cool guy. Well, this is going to be a lot easier than... Thrall, what are you doing, bro? This is why nobody likes you, bro. What were you doing? Just creeping up? Dude, this guy... Yo, somebody get that guy out of here, bro. We need to... I did have to do a couple non-fishing quests, but just to get the garrison set up. Because in your garrison, you can get a fishing shack, and that's the big feature in Warlords of Draenor for fishing that we're going to be exploring. And as we get started, I checked out the achievements, and well, the only real achievement I was seeing was to get the Draenor Angler. And for this achievement, well, we needed 7 different achievements. And each of these achievements were to catch 100 enormous fish of a specific fish that could drop in the different zones. Originally, back in Warlords of Draenor, you would have to get a higher fishing skill to catch different sized fish. But it looks like here, we can catch the enormous ones right off the bat, even with our low skill. The first one we went after was the fat sleeper fish, because it looked funny. Like that plankton meme. So we went down to the Grand, and we ran down to the different pools along the river until we got 100. Oh, shit. There we go. 100 fat sleepers. All right. Dude, he looks like the plankton. Oh. You guys know what I'm talking about? What fish are we going after next, bro? Maybe we should just go back to... We should just go and do them in order now and go to Frostfire Ridge. We got the funny guy, so now let's... Oh, we got the Garrison Hearth now. And first achievement was done. Next, we went back to Frostfire Ridge because we were going to go after the enormous fire ammonites. The pools for this one were a little bit more spread out, so the route that I was taking to catch these while the new pools were respawning, it was a little bit more of a pain than the fat sleeper. But of course, we got the grind done, and this one also got us up to 100 Draenor fishing. The next one we wanted to go after was the Abyssal Gulper Eels. And WoW had said that it was along this river in Spires of Arak, but when I went there, I couldn't find any, but I found a different pool instead. Wait, enormous sea scorpion. This isn't even the right thing. Is there an achievement for this one as well? Oh, there is. All right, let's just do this sea scorpion then, since we found these first.
So I ran down the coast here for sea scorpions because, well, this was easy. There was tons of them, and we got the easy 100 for that achievement. After this, though, we left the coast, and we went inside of the Spires Arak to hit the lakes on the interior, and that's when we actually started finding the abyssal gulper eels that I came here for in the first place. These were a little more spread out, so it took a little bit longer, but we did get it all done.
Last one, and here's 100 in normal abyssal gulpers. All right, what's next?
Now I moved into Talador to go after Blackwater Whiptails, but as I was just kind of getting started here, I got reminded by my chat that it was time for the Stranglethorn Fishing Extravaganza.
Oh my god, the fishing derby! Holy shit, you're right! Okay, it just started. It's just started. We're good. We're good. We can make it. Wait, did it not start yet? Oh, it's still 1:59 in game, so we're good. We're just in time. Oh, this guy looked at me. He waved at me.
This is the most fun one yet. There was tons of people there.
Yo, this guy is struggling. Oh wait, he's level 8. He's gonna die. Oh, we're not on hardcore. Why do I? That's not like a big deal if he dies. Should I help him though? Let me help this guy. He's a help. Help. Dude, you're gonna mess me up. I'm trying to win the fishing derby here. What are you doing out here? You're level 8. What? But he's got a fishing raft? Who is that guy? Wait, he's a fisherman class 2. This isn't fair, bro. You see, some races are OP for this challenge because they can. This guy can literally fly. This guy can literally fly without a mount. Same with a druid. Maybe I should have been a druid. Honestly, the most OP class combo for this challenge would be High Mountain Tauren Druid, because High Mountain Tauren have a racial ability where they sometimes catch a second fish, and then if you're a druid, you can fly. But troll is life, so we're gonna be a troll. Dude, this guy, bro. I can't believe there's actually other people out here. What the hell?
And there was even a person who had an RP profile saying that my video series inspired them to play in a similar way.
Oh yeah, what's this person's RP? Oh shit! They have it written down! Yo, that's like an honor. That's crazy.
They also had like custom rule sets saying that they would use a compass to point them in a random direction, and they would just go that way until they hit a body of water. Super cool stuff. Eventually, though, I got all my fish, and I turned in, and this week, I got the Dread Pirate Heirloom Ring. Only one more reward that I haven't gotten yet, so maybe we'll only be doing the derby one more time. Once the derby was over, I headed back to Talador and I fished up my 100 Blackwater Whiptails and then moved into Shadow Moon Valley where we would go for blind sturgeon fish. This was a great place to fish, very beautiful area, possibly could be our best fishing spot of the expansion, but also during this I was fishing up these blue items called blind lake lunkers, and at the time I didn't really know what these were, but these were going to become very important soon enough. I got 100 blind lake sturgeons and I moved into Goreground for the final part of this. These 100 enormous jawless skulker fish would be the toughest one yet, because I wasn't really finding any fishing pools anywhere, so I was looking around Wowhead to see if anybody else had any strategies, and they said I would be better off pretty much just sitting in one spot in open water, no pools, and then just using the bait for the fish when I get it and hope that I catch the enormous ones, because if you're in open water, the enormous ones aren't guaranteed every time like they are in pools. This took quite a bit of time, but it worked, and we got the jawless skulkers, and with that, we got our Draenor Angler achievement, now unlocking the level 3 fishing shack at our garrison. And I got all this done in just one stream that was 8.5 hours long, so I went to bed. The next day I went back to my garrison and I actually built the fishing shack itself, and I got a quest to find a local fisherman for help. This is when I ran into this guy named Mokug Lager Pounder, and he was willing to help me if I got him some ice spine stingers, which were really easy to get from these nearby mobs, and then he wanted me to use those stingers as bait to catch 5 Zangar eels. And for this, he gave me a fishing journal to study and take back to the garrison. This would unlock the fishing daily quest at the garrison as well, where we had to get some fire ammonite eggs from fishing up fire ammonites and cutting them open. This rewarded a fishing bag as well, with the same loot table as all the other fishing dailies that we've been doing. The next step was to upgrade the fishing shack to level 3 though, And for this, I needed Garrison resources, which you can get by just waiting hours and hours and hours on end because they gain passively. But I wasn't really going to do that, and we were going to do something that wasn't fishing, because if these Garrison resources were getting in my way, I'm not letting them get in my way. So I killed a bunch of rares around Draenor because they dropped the Garrison resources. And eventually I got enough and upgraded the shack to level 2 and level 3. And each one of these upgrades took an hour in real life time to complete. This was some real Clash of Clans type of stuff they were doing in this garrison. So I was pretty much just sitting around doing nothing at this time, but we got our level 3 fishing shack eventually. Now that we had the level 3 fishing shack though, there was a new quest where we had to try to get Nat Pagle to join our fishing shack. But to convince him, we would need to catch a very impressive fish. So I fished for a while just outside the garrison until we caught the molten catfish. That should impress Nat Pagle. The daily reset also happened, so I did the daily quest to go to Shadowmoon Valley, catch blind lake sturgeons, and cut them open for their eggs again. From here, I would head to Pandaria because we needed to show Nat Pagle the molten catfish we caught to impress him.
Are you Nat Pagle? What do you mean, are you Nat Pagle? I am his best friend. Why would I be saying, are you Nat Pagle?
And it worked, and he agreed to join our fishing shack at the garrison. Once we were there, he had a new quest for me, a true Draenor angler, which was to catch a Lunker fish in each zone. These Lunker fish were the biggest size, even bigger than the enormous sized fish, but much rarer. Luckily for this quest though, Nat Pagle had a special bait buff for us to make it catching them way easier, but that would only be for this quest, not afterwards. Some of these took a while to fish up still, even with the buff, but some of them we got pretty quickly.
All right, let's see. Let's see how long it takes for this one. Hey. First one? Huh? All right, well. GG, let's move on.
And also, while I was doing this, we just randomly found this NPC who had some interesting dialogue, to say the least.
Yo, can you blow this thing up or something?
Yeah, what do you want?
Ain't nothing better than riding the old red rocket. Blizzard! What the f***? What the f***? What the f***? Yo, this is sus, right? I'm not tripping, right? What do they mean by this?
It didn't take super long, and we were done catching a Lunker in every zone, and we headed back to Nat Pagle. Completing this quest, we now unlocked repeatable turn-ins of all types of Lunker fish. So anytime I got a Lunker fish, I turn it in over here to Nat Pagle, and he gives me 1 lucky coin. And these coins you can spend on Nat's new shop here at the garrison. And these rewards include a new hat, a new fishing rod, new pets, and another color of the Water Strider mount. So for everything here, if we wanted it all, we would need 250 lucky coins. This might take a while, but I wanted to get right to it. So I started fishing in my garrison. I even invited my viewers to come fish with me in my garrison too. And we quickly found out that you cannot catch Lunkers inside the garrison. But there was another thing about garrison fishing where you could catch these minnows. And when you throw these minnows in the water, a murloc will spawn. And these murlocs have quite the loot table, including 2 mounts. One we already have, but the riding turtle as well. So we gotta get that one eventually. I don't know if we're gonna get it now or in future weeks, but we'll see. Now, garrison fishing with the others is fun and all, and maybe we'll do some more of it in the future, especially on stream. But I needed to start grinding my Lunkers, because I want to get all of Nat Pagle's rewards. And it took some trial and error of running around, because in some zones I was just not getting any Lunkers at all, but I was able to catch some eventually in both Shadowmoon Valley and in the Tanan jungle. And I would pretty much spend the rest of this stream just fishing for Lunkers in the Tanan jungle. We got about 20 or 30, and we found out that we could kill Nat Pagle here.
Dude, this Nat Pagle guy, he keeps showing up on me, bro. He needs to watch out before he gets messed up by me. He died! Oh my god! Nat Pagle! Oh my god. I was 7, bro.
Yep, because you see, Nat Pagle, he'd constantly be coming up to you randomly and just saying stuff, kind of like the random events in RuneScape, except he doesn't give you anything. But when he comes here, he dies for some reason, so we can just constantly murder him. The day after this, I was ready to farm more Lunkers, but the servers were down. and they were down for pretty much all day. They just kept getting pushed back. It was supposed to be open at 11 a.m., but I think I got pushed back to like 3 or 4 p.m., but they eventually came back up. I quickly did an Undercity daily, and then I headed back to Draenor to hunt for more lunkers. On this day, I fished for about 4 hours total, and after all that, I had a total amount of turn-ins for 100 lucky coins, including what we had before, and I made my first purchase, the Crimson Water Strider. It's like the one we got from Pandaria, but a different color. Ooh, ah. For the rest of the rewards, though, I still needed 150 lucky coins. So the next day, I would be going back to the Lunker grind. And I didn't stream on this day. I had other things to work on, but I could keep fishing for Lunkers on my side monitor. And doing all this all day on my side monitor, I almost got the full 150, but I was just a little bit short. The next morning, I got up and I started doing the same thing. And well into the early afternoon, we did it. We completed it. We got everything done. 150 more coins, and now we could buy all the rest of the items. And we also got Nat's drinking hat, which was an even better hat, and a new fishing rod, which wasn't as good as the Tuskar one because, well, it's just a bait on this one, and the cooldown is longer than it lasts, so our hat's better than that. And while fishing up all these coins, I also fished up 20 awesome fish. And well, we went to Orgrimmar, and I just threw them at random people, and after throwing 20 of them, I got an achievement, Everything is Awesome. And this would be the last achievement for Warlords of Draenor, and it feels like we got pretty much everything done. The only thing left that I could really do is fish in the Garrison and try to get these Murlocs to try to get the riding turtle. I don't know if I'm gonna sit here and wait to move on to Legion to do that. So I'm gonna do it just on the side at nighttime for the rest of the week. I'm not expecting to get it. From these Murlocs, I did end up getting the bone fishing pole, which was the last thing we never got from the fishing daily bags. So that was pretty cool. We don't really need to do the fishing dailies now other than the Undercity for the achievement. But yeah, in the next episode, we head into Legion. And if you know Legion fishing, you know the big item we're going after. But I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I do enjoy making these a lot. If you want, please go follow my Twitch. We've been recording a lot of the episodes live and doing a lot of the fishing live. We usually go live and do the fishing derby on Sundays and then a couple other times throughout the week. And also let me know if you guys liked how this episode also had more of a mix of like gameplay commentary and post commentary rather than just post commentary. I wanted to switch it up and, you know, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in my next episode when we take on Legion fishing.